All right, so we're going deep on compound interest today.
Ooh, compound interest.
You know that thing like everyone says is how you get rich?
Yeah.
But how does it actually work?
Right.
Like how can you actually use it to, hit those financial goals?
Yeah.
That's what we're going to figure out.
Unpack.
Yeah, exactly. We're looking at some stuff from Investopedia today.
Okay.
It's called The Power of Compound Interest, Calculations and Examples.
Calculations and examples. Excellent.
It's got some really interesting real-world scenarios.
Real world. Love that.
I think you'll find pretty fascinating.
Yeah, for sure.
So before we get into it, let's just start with the basics.
Okay, sounds good.
What is compound interest?
Yeah,
I feel like I've heard it so many times,
for sure.
but I'm not sure I could actually explain it
Right?
to someone else.
Okay, well, imagine you've got say $100
Okay.
and you put it in a savings account and it earns 5% interest every year. With simple interest, you just get $5 each year, right?
Okay.
Pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
But with compound interest,
Yeah.
you're also earning interest on that $5 you made last year.
Wait, really?
Yeah. So in year 2, you'd earn a bit more than $5 because your principal is now $105, not just the original 100.
Oh, okay. So I'm making interest on the interest I've already made.
Exactly. That's just the start.
Oh, wow.
Then year 3, you're earning interest on the original 100.
Yeah.
Plus the interest from the first 2 years.
Oh, wow.
It's just a snowball.
Oh, yeah.
Going down a hill.
Getting bigger.
Getting bigger and bigger.
Okay.
Picks up more snow.
I see.
That's your money.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see how that could add up over time.
Totally.
But is there a way to know how long it takes
Oh, yeah.
to really see a difference?
Absolutely.
Okay.
There's this handy little tool called the Rule of 72.
Rule of 72.
Yeah, and it can give you a rough estimate for how long it'll take for your money to double.
With compounding.
With compounding, yeah.
Okay, the Rule of 72. Tell me more.
Okay, so it's really simple.
Okay.
You just divide 72 by the interest rate you're earning.
Okay.
So say your account's got a 4% interest rate.
Cool.
You divide 72 by 4,
Okay.
which is 18.
Right.
That means it would take about 18 years for your money to double.
Oh, okay. So even if I don't put any more money in,
Exactly.
it'll still double.
It'll still double just from compound interest.
Just from the compounding.
Yep, that's the power.
Wow.
And the higher the interest rate,
Yeah.
the faster it'll double.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So where do we see this in real life?
Right?
Besides just a savings account?
Well, the Investopedia article uses this really interesting example of the $10,000 loan.
Right.
It shows how even though the interest rate stays the same each year, the amount of interest you pay increases each year.
Really?
Yeah, that's because you're paying interest
Okay.
on a larger and larger principal amount as that unpaid interest gets added on.
So that's the bad part.
Yeah.
It works against you
It can, yeah.
if you have debt.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
It's super important to understand this, whether you're saving or borrowing money.
Got it.
But let's go back to investing.
Okay.
The article also compares a $100,000 deposit
Okay.
earning a 5% annual interest rate with simple interest versus monthly compounding
Okay.
over 10 years.
So monthly compounding versus just simple interest.
Yep.
Okay.
What do you think happens?
I'm guessing the monthly compounding is better.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
You'd earn way more in interest with monthly compounding.
But just simple interest
compared to simple interest, yeah.
over those 10 years.
Exactly.
Wow. So how often it compounds
Right.
really makes a difference.
Absolutely. It's not just about the rate itself.
Yeah.
It's also about how often that interest is being compounded.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So how often does compounding happen?
Well,
Is it daily, monthly?
it really depends.
Oh, okay.
On the financial product.
Okay.
Savings accounts usually compound daily,
Daily.
which is great, right?
Yeah, that's good.
CDs
Okay.
or certificates of deposit
Mhm.
often compound daily or monthly as well.
Okay.
Loans
So-
frequently compound monthly.
Okay.
And credit card interest can even compound daily.
Wait, daily?
Yeah, so
Oh,
that's
well.
why it's so important to pay off your credit card balance ASAP, because
Right.
that daily compounding can really rack up the debt.
Yeah, so it's good and bad then.
Yeah, it is.
Double-edged sword.
Yeah, exactly. Your best friend if you're saving and investing,
Right.
but your worst enemy if you have that high interest debt.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So there's this story in the article
Okay.
that I think really highlights the good side.
Yeah.
It's about these twins.
Oh, twins.
Yeah.
Oh.
They take very different approaches to saving.
Okay, interesting.
What happened?
One twin starts putting away $100 a month
Okay.
at age 20.
Right.
The other twin waits until they're 50 to start.
Oh, wow.
but they save more each month.
Okay.
So who do you think ends up with more?
One who started at 20.
Yeah,
Okay.
you got it.
Okay.
And it's not even close.
Wow.
The twin who started early ends up with way more money,
Really?
even though they put in less overall.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Is that just because of the time?
that's a big part of it, yeah.
Okay.
See, the earlier you start,
Yeah.
the more time that snowball has
To get bigger.
roll and pick up more.
Right.
Like those early contributions have
Yeah.
decades to compound.
So it's not even how much you save, it's
Yeah.
when you start.
Exactly.
Wow.
The story shows
Yeah.
that time is your best friend.
It really makes you think
Yeah,
about putting it off, even if it's a small amount.
even a little bit.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, start early. And you
Yeah.
can really take advantage of compounding.
Okay, so we've talked about the good stuff.
Yeah.
Are there any downsides?
Well,
It can't all be good, right?
like we said, it's a double-edged sword, right?
Right.
When it comes to debt,
Yeah.
especially high-interest debt like credit cards,
Mm-hmm.
compounding can work against you.
Because you're paying interest on interest,
Exactly.
and it just keeps growing.
Snowballing, yeah.
That right.
And even with investments,
Yeah.
there are a few things to keep in mind.
Okay.
First, any money you make
Mm-hmm.
from compound interest
Yeah.
is usually taxable.
Oh, okay, so it's not all free.
Right.
Oh.
And second, while we've been making things simple today,
Yeah.
the actual calculations can get pretty complex.
Okay, yeah, that's where I get lost.
Yeah. But
Do I need to be a math whiz?
No,
Uh,
no, not at all.
Okay, good.
You don't have to do it all yourself. There are tons of tools
Okay.
to help you out.
Like what?
The article talks about a few, like using Microsoft Excel
Okay.
or free calculators online.
Like those compound interest calculators.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Those can be super helpful
Yeah.
for seeing how things can change.
Yeah.
Like interest rates, compounding periods,
Mm-hmm.
and how much you invest.
Cool. I'm going to check those out.
Yeah, I think you'll find them useful.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
before we move on, I want to circle back to something
Nope.
we touched on earlier.
Mm-hmm.
How often compounding happens,
Yeah, yeah.
that frequency.
Like how often it's calculated.
Yeah, exactly. That can have a big impact.
It can.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
It often gets overlooked.
Okay.
But it's important.
Got it.
Even a small change
Yeah.
in the frequency
Okay.
can make a difference in the long run, especially with a lot of money or a long time.
Oh, so it's not just the interest rate. Right. I need to pay attention to the frequency too.
Exactly.
And I'm comparing things.
Yes, knowledge is power
Right, right.
when it comes to money.
All right, so we've seen the good and the bad
Yeah.
of compound interest. It can help us build wealth, but it can also make debt worse.
It can.
We've learned that starting early is key
It is.
and that how often it compounds matters.
Yeah,
Is there anything else we can learn from this?
that's a great question.
Like, can we apply these ideas
Oh, for sure.
to other parts of our lives?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Yeah, think about it like this.
Okay.
Every good habit you build,
Mm-hmm.
every skill you learn,
Yeah.
every nice thing you do,
Okay.
it all helps you grow as a person.
So it's like I'm putting money in
yeah.
my personal growth account,
Right.
and those deposits
Yeah.
are earning compound interest,
In a way,
right?
like new opportunities, new relationships.
Experiences.
Yeah, all of that.
So it's the same idea.
It is.
Those small actions
Yep.
add up over time.
To big results.
And just like with money,
Exactly.
the sooner you start,
The better.
the more time it has to multiply.
Exactly.
Wow, that's a cool way to think about it.
Right.
So it's not just money.
Nope.
It's everything.
It's everything. Yeah.
Like learning a language.
Perfect example.
Yeah.
Every word you learn,
Yeah.
every conversation,
Mm-hmm.
it builds on what you already know.
So you get better and better.
Exactly. And eventually you're fluent.
So instead of feeling overwhelmed
Yeah.
by how much I don't know,
Right.
I can focus on
Yeah.
just taking those little steps.
Those small steps. Yep.
That makes sense.
They all add up.
Okay.
And it's the same with relationships, right?
oh, yeah.
Every time you talk to a friend,
Yeah.
help someone out, or just
Mhm.
really listen, you're building that connection
So those little things
Yeah.
add up to trust.
to trust, to intimacy.
Yeah. Okay.
And just like with money,
Mm.
those early investments,
In relationships,
yeah,
really pay off later.
they do.
This is amazing.
Right. It applies to so much.
Yeah, even your job.
Oh, absolutely.
Like every challenge, every
Mhm.
project, every skill you learn.
It all builds up.
Right.
Your experience, your expertise.
So even the bad stuff
Yeah, even the setbacks.
helps you grow.
It all shapes you.
Huh.
Opens up new doors.
So it's all about compounding.
It is.
Whether it's money,
Yeah.
personal growth,
Relationships, your career.
it's all about making good choices
Right. Choices.
that help you reach your goals.
Exactly.
And knowing that those little things
Little things.
can really add up.
To big results.
Yeah.
That's the power of compounding.
It's cool to think that we can create the
Right.
future we want
We can.
just by taking those small steps.
One step at a time.
This has been so eye-opening.
Glad to hear it.
It's not just about the money. It's about a whole new way of thinking,
It is. It's about,
about how every choice we make,
yeah,
every action.
has the potential to compound.
Wow, okay.
For better or worse.
So we have to be smart
We do.
about the choices we make
Absolutely.
and make sure they line up
Yeah.
with what we want.
With your goals. Yeah.
And all those resources we talked about,
Yeah, those calculators and tools,
those can help.
they can for sure.
We'll put links to those
Oh,
in the show notes.
Awesome.
So if you're feeling overwhelmed,
I get it.
just remember,
Yeah.
small steps over time,
That's it.
big results.
That's the key.
So to everyone listening,
Yeah.
embrace the power of compounding.
In every part of your life.
Start small. Be consistent.
And watch what happens.
It can change everything.
It can.
That's it for our deep dive today.
Great talking with you.
We hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I hope so.
Until next time,
Yeah.
keep learning, keep growing.
Deep compounding.
And remember, you have the power to create your future.
You do.